Oh, here we go. Now I'm live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los Angeles Valley College for today's game between the OC Pirates and your SBL Ventura County Bucs. We ask that all players and attendees be respectful and courteous to all members, players, and staff of both teams, as well as to all fans and officials at all times. Failure to do so will result in a warning, with second infraction being grounds for immediate removal from the venue. First, the starting lineup for the visiting OC Pirates. Batting first, the shortstop, number 2, Rocco Caballero. Batting second, the third baseman, number 21, Nick Madole. Batting third, the left fielder, number 1, Nick Mascaro. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 8, Casey Murray. Batting fifth, the extra hitter, number 18, Christian Miranda. Batting sixth, the designated hitter and starting pitcher, number 38, Seth Bauer. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 22, Noah Madole. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 12, Justin Rolston. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 5, Tyler Scott. Batting 10th, the second baseman, number 40, Adrian Diaz. And now the starting lineup for your Ventura County Bucs. Batting first, the left fielder, number 18, Colin Bell. Batting second, the second baseman, number 8, Rowan Taryn. Batting third, the shortstop, number 33, Tommy Italia. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 15, Aaron Rubalcaba. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 7, Kai Moran. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 24, Trent Turquand. Batting seventh, the extra hitter, number 4, Noah Nichols. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 35, Anthony Chavez. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 19, Max Audet. Batting 10th, the designated hitter, number 17, Luke Crawshaw. And your starting pitcher, number 2, Joey Estrada. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that those who are able please rise and face the flag past the third base dugout as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Play Buccaneers baseball.
All right, here we are. I'm your announcer today, Charlie Gonzalez. Welcome to LA Valley College. Today's matchup between the division rival OC Pirates taking on the Ventura County Buccaneers. The Bucs come into today 9-8. The OC Pirates come in 10-4-1. And today's starting pitcher for the VC Bucs, Estrada, making his debut with the team. Moments away from the beginning of this game. 5 All-Stars on the BC Bucs this season. The All-Star game coming up on Wednesday, July 13th. And those All-Stars, Kai Moran, outfielder, Trent Turquan, catcher, Rowan Taryn, second baseman, Dominic Cervantes, catcher, Aaron Ruvalcaba, first base and third baseman.
Last one, guys. Last one.
All right, leading things off today
The shortstop, number 2, Rocco Caballero.
for the Orange County Pirates, Rocco Caballero. He's wearing number 2 instead of his usual 23. Nice breeze out here today. It's been here since I got here, and only a few minutes ago when I was outside, still around. Pitch is
Time of the first
low and in the
pitch,
dirt.
1:19 p.m.
Ball 1. This year, Rocco Caballero played for 1 game, had 4 at-bats in that game. Takes ball 2. He pops this up really high into left foul territory, and backing up to make the catch, Anthony Chavez for out number 1.
The third baseman, number 21, Nick Madole.
And if that ball had a little bit more distance out to the left, it would have been foul, but Chavez had ample time to get underneath it. Now up to the plate, Nick Madole, the third baseman. He pops this into right center, and Max Aude making the catch for out number 2, the first pitch of the at-bat.
The left fielder, number 1, Nick Mascaro.
Nick Mascaro this season played 8 games, had 26 at-bats in those games. This pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1. His batting average on the year is .308. Takes ball 1. Estrada looking to make a good impression here. This is his first time on the mound this season. Skips in the dirt 2-1. Tally over at shortstop, predicting a hit. It goes Max Aude's way in right field. Max backing up, and it's going to bounce and go to the wall. Throwing it into the infield, but Mascaro is going to stay at second for a double. Our first hit of the day comes in the 3 spot for the Orange County Pirates. Now Casey Murray Jr.
The center fielder, number 8, Casey Murray.
will look to bring Mascaro in. Estrada appearing behind him, and it's a wild pitch. And heading over to third is Mascaro. So that was ball one for Murray. On the year, he's played 12 games, 28 at-bats in those games. Leads the team in doubles with 3. Takes strike 1. Estrada can look right over at Mascaro now, doesn't have to turn his head. Takes strike 2. There's no clouds today, so they might be staring up into the sun on fly balls for most of the time. It takes ball 2. And the first game of today's doubleheader was between the Inland Valley Pirates and the Ventura County Pirates. Your Ventura County Pirates won 9-5. Low and in the dirt, this one gets a little bit away from Turquand. Mascaro is going to stay at third. So it's a full count, the first of the day. Casey Murray Jr.'s batting average this season is .429, a 3-way tie for first place on the team. The 3-2 pitch. It's floored that deep in the left, and it's going to be fouled off. And unlike other fields, this field at LA Valley College, the turf is actually painted to have the outlines of the bases so they do not have to drag it each time, something that a lot of fields don't have. So you won't see much crowding of the plate. You're not going to fool the pitcher. And there's ball 4. Casey Murray Jr. will walk. So runners on in the corners and 2 outs here in the top of the first. Now coming up is Christian Miranda. Christian Miranda this year at 21 at-bats in 6 games. A pickoff attempt at first. The pitch is wild, and coming home is Nick Mascaro for the first run of the game. So the OC Pirates take an early 1-0 lead here. So wild pitch, and heading over to second base is Casey Murray Jr. So Estrada struggling in his first inning on the mound this season. It's a 1-0 count for Miranda. Oh, and this is way inside, and it's a brushback pitch turning to a wild pitch, and taking over third base now. So now we have Casey Murray Jr. over at third. So 3 different advancements on wild pitches today. 2 for Murray, 1 for Mascaro, who just scored. And Estrada will talk to Turquand on the mound. And that was a stolen base at third for Murray Jr., even though the pitch did go way behind the catcher. He was already in stride. Hits a chopper, And over at first is Ruvalcaba. He's going to be able to lob it to Estrada, the pitcher, who tags first base for out number 3. So 1 hit and 1 run for the Orange County Pirates in the first inning. See you momentarily for the bottom of the first. All right, here we go. Beginning the bottom of the first inning. Leading things off, left fielder Colin Bell. The starting pitcher is Seth Bauer, number 38 for the Orange County Pirates. He fouls this one off into right territory. It's playable, and making a diving grab is the first baseman, Rulston. So the first pitch ends up being a fly ball out to the first baseman. Rowan Tarrant, second baseman. He takes ball 1. On the year, Rowan Tarrant has had 40 at-bats over the course of 16 games. Ball 2. Tommy Italia on deck. He wears number 33, but the website does not have a number for him yet. Strike 1. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from the lefty Bauer. He hits this one deep into center field. Making the catch is Casey Murray Jr. for out number 2. So we start both halves of the first inning off with 2 fly ball outs, including one of those outs coming on the first pitch of the at-bat. Tommy Italia, the new shortstop. He hits this one into right field, bounces, able to get a base hit for a single.
The first baseman, number 15, Aaron Rubalcaba.
So 3 really quick first at-bats, only a total of 6 pitches, and we're already 4th in the batting order. Aaron Rubalcaba, the first baseman for today. Looking to advance Italia around the bases. Comes the first pitch. A little outside for ball 1. Rubalcaba this season has batted 37 times over 16 games. He takes ball 2. And over at first, Italia with the big lead off. And Bauer is staring right at him. Fouls this back, 2-1. Rubalcaba's batting average this season, .351. And they taking off for second is Italia, and he is safe. First stolen base of the day for the VC Bucs is successful. And that pitch ended up being ball 3, so it's a 3-1 count now for Aaron Rubalcaba. Runner in scoring position. First time today for them. Bauer taking his time on the mound. Here comes the pitch. He swings and misses to make it a full count. Bauer, this is my first time calling a game of the Orange County Pirates. He swings and misses for out number 3. So they leave a runner stranded. 1 run and no hits for the VC Bucs in the bottom of the first as we go to the top of the second.
1 hit, no errors. 1-0 Pirates.
All right, welcome back. Beginning of the bottom of the top of the second. And so many Pirates Bucs scenes, I forgot. Yeah, the Bucs are at home right now. I said the bottom. Sorry, no, it is the top of the second inning. And Seth Bauer, starting pitcher, also the DH, is leading things off. 1-0. Comes a 1-0 pitch. In the dirt. 2-0. And Estrada has not yet started ahead in the count in any at bat today. Two and one. He grounds this one right to Italia at shortstop. He's going to throw it over to Ruvalcaba at first, not in time. So a leadoff single for Bauer to start off the second inning for the OC Pirates.
Right fielder number 22, Noah Madole.
Noah Madole looking to help increase their lead. On the year, Noah Madole has played 11 games, has gone up to bat 27 times, has a 185 batting average. Was the first pitch outside over the right batter's box, and ball one. And right now Estrada, he has a fastball, but it's just not finding the strike zone enough. That results in a lot of wild pitches. And there goes a wild throw over to first. And heading over to second is Bauer. He may go over to third. He does. Bauer advancing 2 bases on the wild throw from Estrada. So that's 2 errors on the pitcher so far today. No outs, and we have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the second. Still a 1-0 count on Madole. Pops this one foul. 1-1. Things were looking bright for Estrada in the first 2 at-bats of the game with 2 fly ball outs. 2-1. Stepping into it, pitching. He cracks it on a blooper single out into center field. Coming home, though, is Seth Bauer to make it a 2-0 ball game. So an RBI single for Noah Madole.
First baseman number 12, Justin Woolston.
Justin Rulston made the first fly ball out on defense for the OC Pirates. There's another pitch, and it's way outside, but Noah Madole stays at first, had a chance to run, decides against it. And it's another ball, and it's wild off to the right, and heading over to second is Noah Madole. So 2-0 the count, and Estrada on his fastball just curving that arm too much, and it goes way outside the catcher's reach. The 4th time today, a base runner is advanced on a wild pitch. 3-0. So the top of the second began with back-to-back singles. Justin Rulston looking to get on base here. He takes ball 4. Coming up now is Tyler Scott, the catcher.
The catcher, number 5, Tyler Scott.
On the year, hasn't as much playing time as some of his teammates in the lineup today. Has played 7 games, had 8 at-bats. He swings and misses, strike 1. Ruvalcaba off the bag over at first. Oh, and he gets plunked by the second pitch, and we have loaded bases with no outs.
Second baseman, number 40, Adrian Diaz.
So now, bottom of the batting order, Adrian Diaz. A first grand slam opportunity of the day for either team. On the year, Diaz has played 5 games, batted 16 times, so never gets pulled. He has a .312 batting average on the season. Strike 1. And Ruvalcaba moving up in case there's a pickoff attempt at first. He grounds this right to the pitcher. Estrada is going to toss it home to Turquand to get out Noah Madole. But Adrian Diaz is safe at first. So a 1-2 out over to home.
Shortstop, number 2, Rocco Caballero.
So 1 out, we still have loaded bases. Pops this one up high into shallow right field, and coming over to make the grab is Max. Oh, and Max Audet drops it, and coming home, or Ralston. So able to come home on an error is Justin Rulston. Max Audet dropping that fly ball out.
Third baseman, number 21, Nick Madole.
He chops this one over to Italia shortstop, who's unable to field it, and coming up to make it is Colin Bell. And coming home is Tyler Scott for another run. And let me change the score here real fast.
Left fielder, number 1, Nick Mascaro.
So 5 hits so far this inning. And it's been Nick Mascaro now at bat. Apologies for not being able to announce each batter. Had to make sure I have everything here correctly. Ball 2 for Nick Mascaro. Nick Mascaro 1 for 1 on the day. Had a double, was the first to get a hit. And came home on a wild throw. He hits this into right field. Max Audet backing up, and it bounces off the fence. And coming home, Adrian Diaz, Rocco Caballero, and Nick Madole. And it's a wild throw over to third, and now Nick Mascaro comes home. So a 3-run homer and even though it did not go over the fence, everyone came home.
Center fielder number 8, Casey Murray.
So it's a 7-0 ball game here, and we have 2 outs. And yeah, so much is happening so quick. Apologies. Adrian Diaz was actually out at second, and right now at bat is Casey Murray Jr.
So we're at 6 runs on 4 hits.
I think it's 4. I think I'm missing one. I just wanted to confirm from that one.
You know how many runs?
I think 2 this inning.
So right now the count for Casey Murray Jr. Two 0-2. He fouls this off.
This is good. 5 errors.
5 runs? In total?
Yeah.
So 4 this inning? What's that?
If that's the case, it's not right.
4 hits.
And Casey Murray Jr. takes ball 1. And overall, the VC Bucs defense is struggling today. And early on, Estrada had some problems. They carried over into this inning, but it's also the infield and outfield. And he gets this one right in his bag, lobs it over. Nope, just decides to tag the bag himself for out number 3. So 6 runs, 4 hits, and 4 errors in the top of the second, as the OC Pirates have a 7-0 lead.
4 errors, 7-0 Pirates.
And the VC Bucs are lucky they're the home team today. They'll have the last word, and they have a 7-0 hole to dig themselves out of. See you just a moment for the bottom of the second. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the second. And the VC Bucs
Number 7, Kai Moran.
trail 7-0. And the VC Bucs coming into today are 9-8. The OC Pirates 10-4-1. Cameron looking to give the Bucs some life here. He swings at this first pitch. It goes high up and way back, and the catcher looking to make the catch, and he does. So Scott comes over for out number 1. And in back-to-back innings, we have a fly ball out on the first pitch of the at-bat.
The catcher, number 24, Trent Turquan.
And Trent Turquan. On the year, he takes ball 1, and on the year, played for 16 games, 44 at-bats, 318 batting average. He takes ball 2. Bauer, only giving up 1 hit and no runs. Doesn't lunge too far off the mound when pitching. And there's strike 1. Two 1 pitch. Pops this one foul over the net. Evening up the count at 2-2. There's a quick time. He hits this into center field, and coming up to make the grab, over the shortstop coming over is Caballero for out number 2.
The extra hitter, number 4, Noah Nichols.
So 2 up, 2 down so far here in the bottom of the second. Now Noah Nichols on the year.
I don't know.
He has played 14 games and can't come up to bat 38 times. Has a .237 batting average. Fouls this off into right. Strike 1. And right now, Noah Nichols is the extra hitter. We have seen him come in on defense, however, particularly at right field. We'll see where he gets placed today if there's any substitutions. 1-1. Nichols has 9 runs and 9 hits this year. Takes strike 2. And Bauer on the mound, very comfortable and relaxed here. Comes the 1-2 pitch. This is low and in the dirt, 2-2. Digging in on the mound. Always feels the same. Pops this foul way over the net. Stays alive. Stretching out his legs a little bit. And changing his posture. Backed up a few inches from where he stood last in the batter's box. This is low and in the dirt, 3-2. And all the outfielders are playing relatively close to the infield. They aren't backed up close to the wall. None of the VC Bucs batters have given them a reason to go back there just yet. And Noah Nichols will take ball 4 and get on base.
The third baseman, number 35, Anthony Chavez.
Anthony Chavez, 8th in the batting order. And over the course of 16 games and 51 at-bats, he has accumulated 5 doubles. That leads the team. And he has a .314 batting average. He takes ball 1. See a lot of the right-handed batters struggle against Bauer, the left-handed pitcher. Both parties are at a disadvantage. As you see, some of those balls are way inside. 2-0 count for Chavez. And over at first, Rulston is right on the bag, anticipating a pickoff. Wants to make sure he doesn't have to lunge to touch it too, just like Nichols. 3-0. Bauer has not had 3 balls with no strikes yet today, and he walks Chavez.
The right fielder, number 19, Max Auday.
Max Auday.
I got big dreams, so my watch got a big face. Girls getting missing like a motherfucking big face. Smelling like money and I'm looking like safety. I'm outside for real with the slimes and the...
Over 4 games and 12 at-bats, he's accumulated a .333 batting average. Comes the first pitch. He grounds this right to the second baseman. Diaz going to lob it over to first for out number 3.
That was nothing.
No. So no hits, runs, or errors for the Bucs in the bottom of the second. As we go to the top of the third.
Number 18, Christian Miranda.
All right, welcome back. Top of the third is beginning. Christian Miranda, the only person in the batting order to not come up to bat in the top of the second. And first pitch to him is a hit by pitch. Estrada still pitching for Ventura County.
Designated hitter number 38, Seth Bauer.
Seth Bauer, pitcher, had 2 strong innings but began to slip in the bottom of the second. Wild low pitch out to the right. Turquoise had to lunge to get that. Bauer 1 for 1 today. Had a leadoff single in the second. Pops this one up into right. Max Audet moving over, making the catch for out number 1. Redeeming himself after the drop in the last inning. Noah Madole up to bat now.
Right fielder number 22, Noah Madole.
Noah Madole also 1 for 1. Had a single to follow up Seth Bowers. Was forced out at home for the first out of the top of the second. Takes ball 1. This year he has 6 runs and 5 hits. Hits this one right to Italia, the shortstop. It's going to lob it over to Taryn, who throws it over to Ruvalcaba for a double play. So a 6-4-3 double play to tag out Miranda at second and Madole at first. So no hits, runs, or errors in the top of the third. The quickest inning so far, as right now we go to the bottom of the third. All right, here we go, bottom of the third. Luke Crawshaw, bottom of the batting order, reaching that the first time today. He takes ball 1. And Bauer on the mound for his third inning of work. Not getting any rest time as he is in the batting order as well. A 1-0 pitch. Pops this back. 1-1. Crawshaw on the year. He's played 12 games and come up to the plate 19 times. Pops this one over the net. Fouled off. 1-2. .158 batting average. Swings on the outside pitch for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 18, Colin Bell.
Colin Bell. The first pitch of his first at-bat was a fly out over in foul territory caught by the first baseman, Rulston. Going to get a piece of it here again, but have it bounce fair. No men on, 1 out. 1-0, low and in the dirt. As pitcher this year, Bauer has pitched 4 games, no wins or losses, but 1 save. He fouls that off in the left. 1-1. Taking his time here. A 1-1 pitch. Another foul off in the left towards the OC Pirates dugout. And Bauer now has a chance to see everyone in the lineup for the Bucs today. He pops this one, right foul. Stays alive. And Bell's very skilled at making contact with the ball, unable to have a fair hit. This one's low and inside. 2-2. On deck is Rowan Tarrant. 1-2 pitch. Popped right back. A huge hole up the middle in between Caballero and Diaz. Oh, and when he swung, he let go of the bat, and that went flying, and I don't know where it landed, but it landed in the dugout, and I hope no one got hit. I'm sure they all saw that coming, but that counted as strike 3.
Second baseman number 8, Rowan Tarrant.
So back-to-back swinging strikeouts to start this bottom of the 3rd. I've never seen the bat gone flying. I've seen pieces of it go flying after a hit, but never the entire bat. And Rowan Tarrant takes strike 1. 0 for 1 in the day, a fly ball out to center. 0-1 pitch. Cracks this one right to the first baseman, who's going to run up and touch the bag for out number 3. So an unassisted out for Rulston. So Bauer retiring the side in order for the first time today. He had 0 hits.
No runs, no hits, no
0 runs
7-0 Pirates.
for the Bucs in the bottom of the 3rd as we go to the top of the 4th. All right, top of the 4th. When leading things off, Justin Rulston, the first baseman, just had an unassisted out to end the bottom of the 3rd. He takes ball 1. Estrada still out there. Takes ball 2. Rulston on the year has played 10 games and come up to bat 30 times. He takes ball 3. So averaging about 3 trips to the plate each game. As a two-way tie for first place on the team, leads the team in triples. As a 167 batting average. And he will take ball 4 and walk. So 4 pitches, 4 balls to lead things off
The catcher number
in the
5,
4th
Tyler
inning.
Scott.
Tyler Scott. Oh for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch, but he did score the 3rd run of the 2nd inning on a single by Nick Madole. Swings and misses, 0-1. Tyler Scott, 2 runs on the year,
Do they also have the recap of every game of the
but no hits.
games? Yes. Okay.
1-1 the count. And Ruvalcaba has his foot on the first base bag in case there's a pickoff attempt. Estrada staring over there. Here comes a pitch. He fouls this one off, and Woolston will go back to first. 1-2. Estrada peeking over at first. This one's wide and low. 2-2. Over at second, Taryn walking back and forth, making sure he's able to pick off Rulston. He tries to steal. There's a throw over, it's a wild throw, and advancing over to second is Rulston, and he's going to head over to third. Not the first time that's happened today. So 3 errors for the pitcher, Joey Estrada. The pickoff attempt at first is unsuccessful, and just out of Ruvalcaba's reach. Comes the 2-2 pitch with a runner in scoring position now. It's a looking strikeout. That's the first one of the day for Estrada.
Second baseman number 40, Adrian Diaz.
Adrian Diaz, bottom of the batting order. Looking to get an RBI and bring home Rulston. He's 1 for 1 in the day, had a single in the second. He takes strike 1. Was forced out, though, at second base. The 0-1 pitch from Estrada. Low in the dirt. And Turkwan blocks it from going behind him. 1-1. And the outfielders for the Bucs moved a little bit closer to the infield since the last inning. Comes a 1-1 pitch. A check swing, but still 1-2. Adrian Diaz this season, 4 runs and 5 hits. Two and two. Still a wide gap in between Italia and Terran. And it's a full count. And right now, Estrada deep in the count, looking to get his second K of the game. On deck right now at top of the batting order is Rocco Caballero. A full count pitch. Hits it right to Italia. It's going to throw it over to first. And unable to field it is Ruvalcaba. So an error for the first baseman as a run comes home.
Shortstop number 2, Rocco Caballero.
So error number 7 today for the Bucs defense, and they're going to have a chat on the mound. It was a good throw from Italia, but Ruvalcaba lunged a little bit to grab it, did not get it in his glove, and it's an 8-0 ball game. Quick timeout.
I don't remember. But this is, we're on track to surpass.
All right, play is about to resume. And Rocco Caballero, his third at bat in 4 innings so far today. He's 1 for 2. A fly out to third and a single in the second. He grounds this right to Italia, gonna lob it to Terran at second, throws over to Ruvalcaba at first for the double play.
No hits, right?
No. Mm-hmm.
1 run, no hits, 2 errors. Scores 8-0 Pirates.
So 1 run, no hits, and 1 error. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it's 8-0.
The shortstop number 33, Tommy Italia.
Tommy Italia, 1 for 1 on the day. Only batter for the VC Bucs that can say that. Breaking ball in for 1-0. Count. An 8-run deficit, and he almost gets hit there, dodges it, so 2-0. Talia just found his way into the lineup about a week ago. Has been on the roster, but with no number. Now they finally assigned 33 to him. Takes ball number 3. And I think the strategy now at the plate for the Bucs is just to be patient as they saw Bauer slip a little bit. And as long as Bauer's in, the majority of the batters are going to struggle since he's a left-handed pitcher. Majority of the VC Bucs are right-handed. And takes strike 1. Kai Moran and Tommy Italia specifically, though, in particular, will not have trouble reading that ball. And it's a short throw over to first, out number 1.
The first baseman, number 15, Aaron Rubalcaba.
That ball had a lot of speed off the bag, or a lot of speed off the bat, but went right into the ground. So it didn't have much distance. Bauer had to come up and field that. Now up is Aaron Rubalcaba. Pops this one back, 0-1. On the year, Rubalcaba is 4 runs and 13 hits. Pops this into left, foul. And struck out swinging in the first inning. He chops this one just foul, stays alive. Ten singles this year for Rubalcaba. And this one bounces fair, and slipping, trying to field it, was Nick Madole over at third, as he anticipates it bouncing into foul territory. So there's a single for Aaron.
The center fielder, number 7, Kai Moran.
And Kai Moran have pop fly just behind home plate. The catcher, Scott, came over to field it. Looking to get some men on here and dig themselves out of this 8-run hole they're in. A little bit of a brushback pitch, 1-0. And right away here, you're going to see some aggressive play by the base runners. Try and get in scoring position. Try to give them any sort of advantage to come home sooner than they usually would. And there's ball 2 alone in the dirt. And if that goes behind Scott, then Rubalcaba's gone. He's over at second. Hits this one into right field. Get a single to advance Rubalcaba. 1 out and 2 men on.
The catcher, number 24, Trent Turkwan.
Only the 3rd hit of the game Bauer has given up. Trent Turquand, 0 for 1 on the day. Fly ball to shortstop in the second inning. Breaking ball, strike one. And that's something the Bucs pitcher, Jacob Amato, does really well. Bauer's been trying this game, has only had 2 of those so far. 0-1 pitch. Hits this one deep into right. Moving over to make the grab. And sliding, unable to get it, is Madole. And coming home is Ruvalcaba. And the Bucs are on the board. So an RBI double for Trent Turquand.
Noah Nichols.
So it's an 8-1 ball game now.
Yeah.
Now Noah Nichols, extra hitter, dealing with 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out, given a golden opportunity here to keep shortening that lead that Trent Turquand just begun. Hits it right to the third baseman, goes over to first for the second out.
Third baseman number 35, Anthony Chavez.
And Kai Moran smartly staying at third, realizing he's not forced to run. Yeah, so Nick Madole is at third, and Noah Madole is in right field. So, yes, I did use the name twice. That was not an accident. So, Nick Madole over to Rulston for out number 2. And Anthony Chavez takes ball 1. He walked in his first at bat. Took 4 straight balls. One 0 pitch. Pops this one back. 1-1. Bauer now, as each inning has gone on, has gotten a little bit more vulnerable on the mound. Taking its time, reading Chavez. And a timeout is called. All right, play is resuming. Chavez on the year, 12 runs and 16 hits. Breaking balls, arches a little too early. 2-1 the count. Very few fans in attendance here today. Let's see the usual turnout that you see from the VC Bucs fans. 2-1 pitch. 3-1. And we saw the Orange County Pirates have loaded bases early on. Now the VC Bucs are 1 ball away from having loaded bases. All right, 3-2 pitch. It's a little high, and walking is Chavez.
The right fielder, number 19, Max Auday.
Max Auday, now with the chance to get a grand slam, or at least get some runs in.
Got a big face, girls getting missing like a motherfucking they smelling like money and I'm looking like safety. I'm outside for real with the slimes in the
Timeout on the mound as Scott goes over to talk to Bauer. All right, plays resuming. Max Audet today 0 for 1, had a 4-3 ground out to end the second inning. First pitch is a little outside to the left, 1-0. Two runs and 4 hits this season. Hits this one right to first base. And coming over to tag it is Rulston for out number 3.
1-1, 3 hits, no errors.
So 1 runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the bottom of the 4th.
Hits, no errors.
Your VC Bucs
8-1.
are finally on the board. Still have a long way to go to climb back into this game. See you in just a moment for the top of the 5th. All right, top of the 5th, about to begin. In the bottom of the 4th, the VC Bucs finally got on the board, putting up 1 run, but leaving 3 on base. And now, Ian Nord, first relief pitcher for the Bucs, comes in. Leading things off is Nick Madole. Also do at bat Nick Mascaro and Casey Murray Jr. Ball 1. Madole today, 1 for 2. Fly out to right, and a single. There's a hit deep out in the center, caught by Kai Moran for out number 1.
Left fielder number 1, Nick Mascaro.
Nick Mascaro, 2 for 2 on the day. One of 2 of the Orange County Pirates to be perfect. And scored a run on each time, coming home on a wild throw. He takes ball 1. Pops this one out in the left, 1-1. And on the season, Mascaro, 5 runs, 8 hits. So now we make that 7 now, and he puts this in the left, running over to make the catch is Colin Bell for out number 2. Strong start. This inning started a lot like the top of the 1st with 2 fly ball outs to begin.
Center fielder number 8, Casey Murray.
Casey Murray Jr., 0 for 2 on the day, but has done great at first base. Has 2 unassisted defensive outs. This pitch is low in the dirt, goes behind Trent Turquand. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. This one's also low dirt, skips behind. And thankfully there are no base runners right now. Nord off to a little bit of a rough start here. All right. 2-0 pitch. Fouls this. 2-1. It's about an hour and 10 minutes into this ball game. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The visiting OC Pirates are up 8-1 on the home BC Buccaneers. 6 of those runs coming in the 2nd inning. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Nord not taking much time in between pitches. That's a swing and a miss for out number 3. So Ian Nord retiring the side in order in his first inning on the mound, despite a couple wild pitches. So went as good as you can go. And halfway through this game, 8-1, OC's leads. No hits, runs, or errors.
Check out all the recaps of every BC Bucs game.
All right, bottom of the 5th about to begin. BC Bucs find themselves trailing 7 runs. We have a new relief pitcher for the Orange County Pirates. That's number 30, Brett Solages. Strike 1. And Luke Crawshaw, 0 for 1 on the day, struck out swinging in the 3rd. And this new pitcher, Brett Solages, pitched 2 games, doesn't have any wins, losses, or saves. He takes ball 1. Solages' ERA is 5.4. This one pops up way over the net and fouled. 1-2. Luke Crawshaw this season, 2 runs and 3 hits. 2-2. On deck, at the top of the batting order, Colin Bell. The 2-2 pitch from Solages. In the dirt, 3-2. A full count here. First time since the second inning. Oh, and it's a ball four, and Crawshaw's going to walk.
The left fielder, number 18, Colin Bell.
A wild pitch, but it doesn't matter. So leadoff walk here in the fifth. Colin Bell 0 for 2 today. Fly out to first, and a swinging strikeout. But he is facing a new pitcher now, though, a right-handed pitcher, so both parties will have a little bit easier of a time. This one's low and in the dirt. 1-0. Colin Bell on the year. 7 games played, 14 at-bats, averaging 2 a game. Has a .214 batting average. The 1-0 pitch. 1-1. Close to the outside of the strike zone. And Colin Bell, when he's in the batter's box, he does not keep his feet aligned. He has his left foot, as a right-handed batter, slightly behind his right foot. Helps with balance. Most batters on this team do not use that. Two and one. Crawshaw ready to steal second if a window opens. 3-1. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Colin Bell has 3 runs and 3 hits on the year. He takes ball 4, and we start the 5th inning with back-to-back walks.
Second baseman, number 8, Rowan Tarrant.
And there's a timeout on the mound as the Orange County coaches talk to Brett Solages. Okay, play is about to resume. Rowan Tarrant coming up to the plate. Rowan Tarrant with no outs and 2 men on. Chance to add to their run total. Comes the first pitch. Chops this behind him. 0-1. And some changes coming in the 6th inning for the Bucs on offense and defense. We'll let you know of those when it's time. Solage is taking his time, peering back at Luke Crawshaw at second. Rowan Tarrant hits this deep in the left. Backing up is Mascaro making the catch for out number 1. The base runners stay where they are. Tommy Italia.
Shortstop number 33, Tommy Italia.
1 for 2. A single in the first. And that package included stealing second base. Had a 1-3 ground out in the 4th. Ball one. In either of those at bats, he has not had more than one strike. It's good at being patient or getting a piece of that ball. Fouls this behind him, 1-1. Over at second, Crawshaw. Stepping behind the second baseman, Diaz. Now Diaz steps behind him. They're right next to each other. A brushback pitch for a strike. Italia starting to crowd the plate a little bit here. And on deck is Aaron Ruvalcaba, the only VC Buck to get a run. He pops this into left center, and moving over is Murray, and making the catch route number 2. Base runners once again stay where they are.
The first baseman, number 15, Aaron Ruvalcaba.
Let's go. You see that? How you feel, son? Right for now.
Aaron Ruvalcaba, the only person to score a run, something none of his teammates could do so far. He takes ball 1. And starting this inning with 2 walks and no outs, that was looking promising. But since then, the last 2 at-bats have had fly balls into the outfield. Aaron Ruvalcaba looking to keep the 5th inning alive here. He swings and misses, 1-1. Had a single in the 4th. An RBI by Turquand brought him home. In the 1st, he had a strikeout. A 1-1 pitch. Little low, 2-1. On the year, Ruvalcaba, 2 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs. Oh, and he is hit by that pitch and will walk to first, and we have loaded bases.
The center fielder, number 7, Kai Moran.
Kai Moran, the deadly lefty, 1 for 2 today. We're going to get some RBIs here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Pops this out over left, 0-1. And solely just his stride, his build a little bit bigger than the previous pitcher, Bauer. He can lunge off the bag and minimize that distance from when the ball leaves his hand to when it crosses over the plate. 0-1 pitch. This one is grounded and foul. The first baseman, Rulston, dove on the ground thinking he had a chance to get that. Way out of his reach. So 0-2 for Moran. A huge leadoff for Colin Bell over at second, and as long as Diaz doesn't move over closer to the bag, he's going to stay there. 1-2 now the count. Crawshaw over at third, waiting for a wild pitch here. Able to steal a run. At the 1-2 pitch from Soul Ages. He grounds this right up the middle, off the mound, coming home. Luke Crawshaw and Colin Bell. And going over to third, Aaron Ruvalcaba. So a 2 RBI single now with runners on in the corners by Kai Moran as he shortens their deficit to 5.
The catcher number 24, Trent Turquan.
I don't wanna go. I don't wanna.
Trent Turquan 1 for 2 today. And Kai Moran did exactly what he needed to do. With runners on in the corners now, Trent Turquan can keep this 5th inning moving. And 0-1 the count right now. Fly ball out to the shortstop in the 2nd. In the 4th inning, though, he had a double. Best inning by far for the VC Bucs so far today. And that pitching change from Bauer to Soul Ages looking to be the difference maker. Pitch is way outside, 1-1. On the year, Turquan has 14 runs and 14 hits. He swings and misses at that. Kai Moran attempts to steal second and is safe. And it's a wild throw from the catcher. So E2 for the Orange County Pirates. And coming home now is Ruvalcaba. As top of that, successful stolen base by Moran. Now there's still a runner in scoring position. One and two the count for Turquan. 2-2 now. Another pitch that got away from the catcher, Scott. This one, though, Kai Moran does not risk running the third on. Taking a time is Brett on the mound. So Kai Moran was 1 for 2 before coming up in the 5th. Now he's 2 for 3. Can Turquan do the same? And it's a full count, 3-2. On deck, Noah Nichols, in case there's a walk or a hit here. Comes the full count pitch. He hits that right to the shortstop. Caballero throws over to first to Rulston for out number 3. So 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 error in the bottom of the 5th.
1 hit, 1 error.
As the VC Bucs reduce their deficit to 4.
And now some changes for the Bucs.
See you in the top of the 6th. Top of the 6th inning, we have some defensive changes for you. So Marty is now at second, replacing Tehran. And now Robert Pitts out in right field, replacing Max Auday. And Jack Bickerton now at first, replacing Aaron Ruvalcaba.
I know I probably shouldn't have announced the offensive ones.
That's fine.
Now batting the extra hitter number 18, Christian Miranda.
Christian Miranda's first pitch. Fouls it right behind, 0-1. Nord back on the mound for a second inning of work. Retired the side in order despite some rough, wild pitches. Looking to do the same here. 0-1 pitch. Low and outside, 1-1. And Ian Nord this season has pitched 7 games, 1 win, 2 losses, and 0 saves. That was a little below the strike zone, 2-1. Today, Christian Miranda, 0 for 2. 3-1 ground out in the first. Was hit by a pitch in the third, was forced out, and then was forced out at second base. 3-1 now. Ian Nord has not allowed a base runner today. This one's hit right up the middle. Marty throwing it over to Bickerton for out number 1. Now up is the DH and the starting pitcher for the OC Pirates, Seth Bauer.
38.
The designated hitter number 38, Seth Bauer.
Seth Bauer was pulled after 4 innings, but stays in on offense. 1 for 2 on the day. Single in the second to lead things off. Now fly ball out to right in the third. He takes strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouls off, 0-2. And Seth Bauer this year, as a batter, played 4 games, has had 4 at-bats, so gets pulled midway through, or put in late. Ball 1. No hits this year, but 3 runs. He pops this up over into right. Robert Pitts not able to get to it in time. We have a single. So 2 for 3 on the day now is Bauer. Now up is Noah Madole, the right fielder.
Number 22, Noah Madole.
It was a quick time as the Orange County Pirate coach was over to first base. Noah Madole also 1 for 2, just like Seth Bauer before him. Here comes the first pitch, low and in the dirt, 1-0. Noah Madole this year has 3 singles. Might get a 4th one here. This is way outside. 2-0. The shadows are beginning to creep in slowly from left field. As it's now 6:03 here in the West. 1 out and 1 man on here in the top of the 6th. That's strike 1. Noah Madole nearly scored a run in the second inning, but was forced out while coming home. 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. Kai Moran out in left field, drifting over a bit. There's a few fly balls out in that direction have come his way. There's a ground ball. Chavez throws it to Marty. Marty throws it to Bickerton. So Bauer's out at second, but Madole is safe at first.
First baseman number 12, Justin Woolston.
So 2 out now, 1 man still on. Now Justin Rulston, first baseman for the Orange County Pirates, has done a great job today on defense. 0 for 2 on the day at the plate, but has scored a run. He takes strike 1. Came home on an RBI from Rocco Caballero in the second. Ball 1. One and one count. 2-1. And Ian Nord on the left-handed pitcher now. His arm is drifting and he's letting go of the ball a little early as sailing out to the right of Cervantes. Three and one now for Rulston. And on the year, he has 11 runs and 5 hits. 3-1 pitch. This one's chopped right to first. And Marty is going to throw it over to Bickerton for out number 3.
That was 1 hit and nothing else, right?
2 hits.
2 hits?
So in the top of the 6th, there's 2 hits for the OC Pirates, but no runs or errors.
I just won as well.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The score is 8 to 4.
We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th in just a moment.
entering the game, the extra hitter, number 6, Dominic Cervantes.
So Dominic Cervantes leading things off in the 6th inning. For the VC Bucs, came in as catcher for Trent Turquand as well in the top. He pops his foul. 0-1 pitch. This was popped very high, and second baseman Diaz backing up to make the call, but no, right fielder Noah Madole comes over to make the catch for out number 1.
The third baseman, number 35, Anthony Chavez.